The most prestigious Auctioneer Championship is about to begin. In this hour, you'll see the world's best livestock auctioneers compete against each other, showcasing their unique styles and skills. Auctioneers are the backbone of the livestock industry, and their ability to sell animals quickly and efficiently is crucial to the success of farmers and ranchers worldwide. Excitement, energy, and passion have been building among the 31 contestants vying to become this year's world champion. Get ready for an unforgettable experience while you watch the best of the best in livestock auctioneering. This is the Livestock Marketing Association's 2023 World Livestock Auctioneer Championship. I'm your host, Kyle Shove, and this year's World Livestock Auctioneer Championship is at Arcadia Stockyard in Arcadia, Florida. I'm looking forward to getting to the auctioneering action, but the rules come first. To qualify for the WLAC, contestants must first compete at one of 3 qualifying events, where just 10 from each event advance to the national competition, and the reigning international champion is invited to compete as well. Once here, they'll sell 12 drafts of cattle in the semifinals, and the 10 finalists will sell another 14 drafts in the final round. Contestants are scored on presentation, chant, and sale execution. They also must score high in the interview round, where they demonstrate their industry knowledge. The contestant who earns the highest score gains the coveted prize, the title World Livestock Auctioneer Champion. Now that we all understand how the judges choose this year's world champ, let's get right to the contest and the first set of semifinalists. Here we go.
240, now 2, and now 540.
Wade Leish, Boyne City, Michigan.
55, now 7, and now 60 down and 2 down a bit of 7, and 70 down 2 down a bit of 17, 2, and 270 down 2 down and 2 down a bit of 2 bit of buy. So 270, put them at 2-4 on order 5. Steer cattle, keep them coming. Able to be 260, now 2, and 262. Money's on, now 560, find out a bit of 70 down 2 down a bit of 5 down a bit of 7 80 down but now 2. 280 down 2 down a bit and 2 down a bit and 2 bit of good, 2 bit of bid, 2 bit of buy, 200 down a bit of now 2. So steer cattle here, 261, hit 261, 3.
Shannon Davis, Winsboro, Texas.
Sir, 75, 79, 81, 81, 3, and 83, 3, sir, 585, hit 283, now 5. I got 283 here now, 285, where to the buy, here to the buy, 283, 5, sold them 283, hit 260, 2 and 9, 5, 7, 9, sir, 70 here, 2 and a half now, 5, 7, high, 282 and a half, 5, 7, 9, 7, 9, 90, hit 290, 288, hip you high, and I'm on 287, I have 8 here and 8 here, 287, I have 8, 287, I have 91, 2, I have them on 3, I have them in 4, 94, 5, 5, 600.
Jeff Showalter, Broadway, Virginia.
100 and 1, now 2, have them on 3, 103, 4, 105, $6, $7, $8, $9, have them on 10, 11, have them on 12, have them on 13, 14, $15, have them on 16, have them on new fire here, 15, 16, 116, have it, you do it, 16, have them on 17, 18, 118, 19, have them on 19, have them on, have them on, sold out, 118, put them on 7, on 1. 94, 5, 94, 5, 6, have it on 7, have it 8, 98, $9 bill, have it $1, 2, have it on 2, $3, $3, $3, and 4, $5, have it on 6, now 7, $8, have it 8, 9, have it on 10, $111, bit down 12, 112, 13, 14, have it on 14, 15, 116, 17, have it on 16, 17, have it on 17, but on 17, 116, sold out. Cows again, Brent Hogue, a bit another 90, a bit another 97, thank you.
Andrew Sylvester, Wamego, Kansas.
Buck a pound 1, now to been another 2, 103 here to been another 104, now to been another 5, pound to been another 105 here to been another 6 here to been another 7, 108 here to been another 107, 8. How about you? 107, 8 here to been another 7 here to been another bit 8. Sold them 107. $1 to been another 2, 4 now to been another 106 here to been another 108 here to been another 110, 110 to been another. How about 9 now 10, 110 now 11 to been another 12 here to been another 13 to been another 14 now 15 here to been another hand by else. 114, 15 to been another 14 to been another 15 and tie. Sold them right here for 114. 245, 7 high, 50, 25, 5, 7 high, $60 here and 2 half high, and 260.
Philip Gilstrap, Pendleton, South Carolina.
70 where 2 half high, 275, 7 half, $80 and 2 half, 82, 50 where now 2 and a half, $2 and a half. Sell them 284. Catch them on order 55, 4 on order 5, 5. $83 for 84, 5, $6, $7 here now, $8, $9, $89, $90, $800. down 1, down 2, 92, down 3, whip 4, 94, down 5, 96, down 96, 7, down 7, down 6 and 7, down 7, so Ebo time, hey, but get a be 119, hey, but get a 20, 120.
Chris Pennard, Swainsboro, Georgia.
4, hey, but get 25, a bit of 25, a bit of 6, and a bit of 27, a bit of 27, a bit of 8, 129, a bit of 9, a bit of 9, a bit of 9, give it 9, sir, 128, a bit of 9, hey, but get 28, a bit of 30, 130, a bit of 30, get 30, get 30, get 30, get 29, get 30, a bit of be down, sold them 129, but I'm on buyer 8, get them on 5X. Oh, look at it, I'm Shar, Heifer, boys, I'm a bit of 210, 12, and high, I get 210, 12, and high, if anybody else here, 15, I'm 17, a bit of 20, a bit of 29, a bit of 5, a bit of 227, high, and 30, a bit of 29, a bit of 235, a bit of 7, a bit of 40, 240, a bit of get 40, 2 high, 240, 205, here, 45, a bit of 5, a bit of 5, a bit of 242 high, get 5, 242 high, now 5, anybody else here, 242 high, a bit of 245, a bit of 5, a bit of 5, a bit of 5, here, not half, here, so
197, and the man 899, and the man 9,
Troy Robinette, Decatur, Texas.
210, and the man 3, 3, 4, 205. What fine, and the man 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 9, and the man 210, 2, 5, and the man 12, and the man 13, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 2, 15, and the man 16, 17, and the man 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, and the man 1, 2, 22, and the man 3, 4, and the man not final set, and the man 227, 8, 228, now 9, and the man now 30, and the man get back in there 30, and the man 229, 30, 229, able to bound 30, 30, and the man 230, so 229, 4 on 55X. You bet here, and able heifers, how many dollars here, and the man 205, here go, and the man money down, and the man 6 now, what 6, and the man 7, 8, 9, and the man 210, 2, 5, and the man 12, and the man 212, 2, and the man out here, and the man 212, are you able to bound 12, and the man down, and the man 212, 211, 212, and able to bound 12, and the man 212, so 82 and a half, on to get on, 82 and a half, 5, on to get on, 85, 7 and a half, 87 and a half, you're on 90.
Neil Beret, Weber, Kansas.
5, you're on 95, 7 and a half, on now 2, on $2, 2, 2, now 5, you're on 2, 5, 7 and a half, you're on 10, you're on 2, 10, 12 and a half, on 15, on to get 15, you're on to get 12 and a half, 15, on to get 12 and a half, 15, you're on to get 15, sold them 2, 12, 12 and a half, put them on 3 on 70, 3 on 70. 3 head of the steer cattle to you. $2, 2, 2 and a half. On money's on 5. On to get a 7 and a half, 10. On to get a 12 and a half, 15. Heat on 17 and a half, not 20. On to get a 2 and a half, 5. Heat on 25. Heat on 7 and a half, 30. On to get a 2 and a half, not 5. On 35. On to get a 5, 7 and a half. On 37 and a half, to 35. 7 and a half. On 35, 7 and a half. Heat on to get a 35, 7 and a half. Heat on to get a 35, 7 and a half. Sold them 235. Here we go. Here now, what I'm going to do. 230. It'll be steers now. 32 and a half, 5.
Brennan Jack from Verdon, Manitoba.
507, 52 and a half, and here 507, and here 62 and a half, and here 507, have no 70. At 72 and a half, I'm a 1. At 71, here $1, here $1, here $200, 271, here sold the cattle 270. What am I going to do here? Come on, Kenny, here 235, 7 and a half. At 35, 7 and a half, 42 and a half, 5, 7, and here 52 and a half, and here 5, and here 7, 60, here 2 and a half, and 5 and 7 and a half, down here 70. At 71, 2. At 71, 2, 3. Here 4, and here 5, and 6, here 7, 8, here 8, 9, here 80. At 81, here 2, here 3, 4, here 5, 6, here 86, here 285, and 6 here. On sold the cattle 285. And a little old steer here again. You say 42 and a half. 42 and a half here. Down 5 here.
I'm Daniel Mitchell from Cumberland, Ohio.
7 here to 60 bit, 2 and a half. And now 1, 2, now 3. And now 4, 5 here to 6 here. Now 7 here. Now 9, now 70 bit. Now 1. 271, sir. 2. Now 3. And now 4 here. Now 5, 6. And 76 here. 5 276. Sold the cattle 275. Hey, steers again. 210, 12 and a half. I get down 10, 12 and a half. 210, 12 and a half here. 11, 210, 11, 12. I 11 here 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20 here. 20 here. I now 1. 221. I 20 here to 1. 221. 1. So. All right. Everybody going down 84, 85. Money down 85. 6 7.
Michael and Brogno, Turlock, California.
$6, 98, $9, $100, $101, now 1, 2, hit 2, 3, 103, 4, 5, 105, 4, 5, all 105, sold. All right, everybody going down 93, now 4. Hit 93, 4, 5, 6, 97, 8, $100, 101, down 2, now 3, 4, 5, 105 and 6, now 7, 109, 10, 9 here, 10, now $11, 11, sir, now 12, $13, 113, 12 and a half, 13, now 13 high, 113 high, 14, 13, 14, $14. So Turkey Fair getting light with a bit on him, and you say 260, 2.5.
Tim Yoder, Montezuma, Georgia.
7.5, 70 here, 2.5, 70, 7.5, 80 there, 280, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 90 there, 2.5. Hit 290, 70, 297, 50, and 95, 750, all in, done, through it, done, 295, 750, sold. And 210, 12, and down, 14, 16, 18, 20, 14, 16, 28, 30, and 2, 4, down, 36, and 8, down, 40, there, down, 2, 4, down, 6, 50, there, down, 2, hit 250, 4, 6, 260, under, down, 2, 60, here, down, 2, hit 2, down, 60, there, down, 2, sold. All right, here, 93, now 4, 3, 4, down, 95, here, down, 600.
Jeremy Miller, Fairland, Oklahoma.
$dollar bill here, $101. $101, down 2, $3 here, $104. $104, $104, $3, $4 here. Everybody else, $3, 4, sold them $1.03. All right, here, down, good Kent out here, 87. Oh, wait, $7, $8 here to 9. 89 here, down, 89. $90 here, $1 here to 2, 3. 94 here, down 4. 94, 3, down 4. 93 here, down 4. Everybody else, 3 and 4, sold. 245, 50, and 5, 50s here, down 5, 60 here, down 60, down 5.
Dean Edge, Rimby, Alberta.
70, 75 here, 80, and 280, 77 half, and 276, and 275, and $6 on, and 75, 76, sold them right down here, and 45, 50, and 560 here, and 570 here, and 5 here, and 2.5, and 71, 2, and 3, and 272, 3 bids, sir, and $273 here, and 3 here, and sold. $97, $8,
Brandon McCleggan, Elmer, Missouri.
$100 bill, $100, 102, 103, 400, $400 bill, $5, $600, and $700, $100 bill, $800 bill, $800 bill, $88, $99, $100 bill, $108, $109, $108 bill, $108, $9, sold them $8, same way, 8 on 2, 8 on 2. 96, 7, $100 bill, 7, 7, 7, 8, 90, $100 bill, $100 bill, $99, $100 bill, and 1, $100 bill, 2, and 2, $100 bill, $100 bill, $100 bill, $100 bill, $100 bill, $1, 2, sold them $1, put them on 7, on 1, 7 by 1, 7 on 1.
The host market for the World Livestock Auctioneer Championship changes every year, and each market does an incredible amount of preparation to make everything perfect for the annual event. Arcadia Stockyard did an exceptional job for this year's contest. Here's a look at the operation.
Helping people find a unique way of marketing their animals, finding that price discovery is just something I've kind of grown to and always gravitated to. I like coming in and helping people. My dad was an order buyer for many years. He bought at the old livestock market here in Florida, and is where he met Libby, and they ended up getting married. And then when the state decided to shut it down after Hurricane Charlie had come through, he said, you know what, I want to get into this thing. I like livestock markets. I like what's going on. I like helping people get the best for their cattle. And then thus he and Joe got together and decided to build this facility. It wasn't until about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I came down. My dad wanted me to come down and be a part of this with him, because I firmly believe my years of going and managing feed mills and learning how to deal with customers in a customer setting prepared me. And then coming here and working with my dad was just one of the many joys of my life, and taking in what he was doing, learning the business so he and Joe could kind of continue to own and retire and overwatch and see. And unfortunately, my dad's time was cut short after that when he passed away unexpectedly in 2015. And when I took the roles over from him and partnered up with Joe and Libby, and we just kind of wrapped our arms around each other. It's a family thing. It's been a family business, and we've just continued it that way till this day. We're a hub for information, for outreach, for teaching and knowledge. We deal with a little over 4,000 customers here in Arcadia, and so many of them on sale days, they'll come up just asking a bunch of questions on what they should do or what they think about their programs, and giving them advice of how to better their programs and educating them on when that animal's dropped off at the sale barn, what then happens? What's the next step? What then drives the price, and things of that nature. So we're a liaison, if you will, between us and the industry and then our customers. Florida still is a big hub for agriculture and cattle. There's still a little over 1.6 million head of feeder calves that leave out of the state of Florida every year. When my dad and Joe first started, we were only doing maybe 25,000 head of cattle a year through the barn. We're now a little over 100,000. One of the largest sale barns, if not the largest sale barn every year in Florida. Those buyers know they can come to our sale barns and they're going to be able to get multiple truckloads of animals to not have to go to a bunch of small customers throughout the country and try to piece loads together. They can come to one spot and fill in all their customers' needs in one spot. With the livestock market, we're going to have multiple people looking at that animal and finding true price discovery. We're going to give them the best price on that day that we can get them. But then it also helps set that country trade, that market that's out on the cattle ranches. They're looking at our price trends, they're seeing what the markets are doing. So whether it's here in Southwest Florida or in the middle of Nebraska and Oklahoma, they're going to see what those prices are. I just hope people continue to realize what they get when they come to a livestock market and what the livestock market is doing for them as well as in the industry. I'm very proud of being a Livestock Marketing Association member. We're going into the industry and helping do all the things we can to keep agriculture and cattle on the front burner of all the decision makers and keeping agriculture here at home improving and alive and well. My father, he always had a passion and a thought and a want to have the World Championship here in Arcadia, and so to bring it here, we're just excited. You never know what life's going to throw at you and how life's going to prepare you for different situations. So it's been unique and it's been fun to learn and do.
The rest of the semifinalists are coming up after a break, and we'll hear from a cattle producer and Arcadia customer about what it takes to raise and market livestock to feed the world.
Do you want to know more about how beef checkoff dollars work for you? Get the latest information, insights, and stories that show the ways checkoff-funded programs are increasing consumer demand for beef here at home and around the globe. Packed with information, the drive can be delivered to your mailbox or your email inbox. And your subscription is always free. Find out more at the website, drivingdemandforbeef.com.
The people of LMA and LMIA is the reason we do business with them.
The marketing business is what we do. There's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of regulations, we understand those.
They always have your back. They know that our first priority is to our customers and to our producers, both in the ring, during true price discovery, and also with the claims we have with their livestock.
Having insurance with LMIA definitely helps the market insure that to their customers.
We're back for this year's World Livestock Auctioneer Championship, and cattle are being readied for our second set of competing semifinalists. Auctions provide an important service for both buyers and sellers. It's called true price discovery, and without it, a fair market price for any product cannot be established. True price discovery determines an equitable price at any given moment, and auctioneers are tasked with finding that price. It's a huge responsibility. The World Livestock Auctioneer Championship determines who does it best in the livestock industry. Let's head back now to the auction block to watch the last set of this year's semifinalists compete.
Hey, let's stare. 271, 3, 5, 7, 9, 81, 3.
Jay Roman, Mount Washington, Kentucky.
291, 293, 295, 297, 331, 303, 35, 307, 389, 311, 13, 13, 15, 317, 19, 321, 323, 25, 325, 5. Sold out. Hey, 94, 5, 7, 8, 9, $1, 10, 103, 104, 7, 8, 109, 11, 10, 10, 11, 12, 12, 12, some to it, 11, 87, 88, 88, 88, money down.
Curtis Watovic, Fullerton, Nebraska.
90 here, and that money's there, 90, 89, 50, give a half, sold her, $89, oh, 92, down, 93, give 4, down 5 here, 6 here, 97, 8, $1 here, $1, $2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5 here, 6 here, down to better don't down to 700, better don't 800, if $100, 1500, 900, better don't 100, money there, $100, sold him 108.50. Hey boy, he did down, do it again, 65, 160.
Andy Bowmeister, Gulf Lake, Texas.
70 here. It's 70 here, 78, 78, I sold him to you. Hey boy, look at the cow here. She drawn to a good cow. He did 93, 94. Hit 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, $1 down, $1, down, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. It's clear $7, $8, 9, 10 here, $11, 9, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, he did 16 here, 15, 16, 9, I sold them to you. 1, 15. Yep, 1, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, a minute, 1 here, 2 and a half, got to be 2 and a half, 5, 1, 5.
Seth Walter, Westminster, South Carolina.
15 to bind, a minute, 17, 20, a minute, 2 and a half, 5. It's 27 and a half, 30 to bid, 2 and a half, a minute, 5 to bid, 135 at the bid, 135, a minute, 2 and a half here, now 5, 135 at the bid, 5 at the bind, a minute, 5. Sold them 132 and a half, 267 and a half, a minute, 5 to bid, $70, $200, 5 at the bid, 7 and a half at the bind, 82, 15, a minute, 5, 7 and a half, a minute, 92 high, 292 at a hand, a minute, now 5, now 7 and a half at the bid, $3, 2 hand, a minute, 5 at the bid, 7 and a half at about 10, 12 at a half, good 15, 17, a minute, 3, 17, a minute, 7 at the bid, 17 to bind, a minute, 17. So 93, 93, 4, 5, 95, 6,
Lane Moorbach, Victoria, Texas.
$99. Now 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, now 5 here, $5, 6, now 7, 8 here, 9, 10, 11, 11 here, 12, now 12, gotta be 12, 12 here, 12, sold the counter, $1.11. You bet right there, someone there, 94, now 5, 6 here, 97, 98, 99, here, $1 bill, $1, 2, 2, 3, now 4, 5, 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, $10, 10, 110, 10, D just 10, now 11, 11 here, gotta be 11, 10 and a half, now 11, half, 11 half, now 12, 12, so how would it go? How would it be 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, down there.
Ethan Schutte, Washington, Kansas.
6 on them, 105, 106. 5, 6, 7, $77 on them. I would have been half 7, half. I would have been better than half the money. $8 down, $50, $50, half the money down, $8. I got $1, $50, better than half of the sold. Right here, he's Wayne, got 2 rounds of shots, double back, Wayne, double back. 840, half of it down, 550, and there down, 45, 50, $50 on him. I would be David here, down, there, down, you say 50, sir, down, would be 5 on him, angle to 2 and a half. I got $1, 50, bid down 2 and half of the money, down to 2 and half to get 5 on him, angle to 2 and half to get 5, 7 half. We'll succeed, angle to 2 and half to get angle to 5, 60, 5, 7 half, 70, 2 down, 5, 70, 5, 7 half on him, have it be $80, angle to day down, there, down, 80. It have it be down, but I'm going to be $80, 7 have it get $80 in, done, there, down, so. Hang better 93, 4, hang better 95, 6, 7, hang better 98.
Lynn Langbart, Chapman, Kansas.
Hang better 101, hang better 101, you say 101, 102, 2, 3, hang better 4, 4, hang better 100, hang better 500, 450, now 5, hang better 5, 450, hang better 505, 104, hang better 100, hang better 5, $100, hang better 4, 5, sold. 94, 5, hang better 5, 600, hang better 728, 800, hang better dollar bill, hang better $100, hang better 101, hang better 102, 300, hang better 3, 3, 3, 4, 104, 5, 500, hang better 6, 700, hang better 108, 800, hang better 9, 900, hang better 110, 10, 11, hang better 110, 11, hang better 9, 10, 11, hang better 111. So 190, 2 and a half. Yeah, 190 here, down, longer than 2 and a 5, and longer than 7.
Ben Morgan, Oregon Cave, West Virginia.
2 and a half, I'm at a million, longer than 2 to the bill, 2 and a half, and 2 to the bill, longer than 2 and a half, 100 longer than $2, longer than 2 and a half. So steer Cave, 150, 2 and a half, 5 here, down at a million, longer than 5 at a million, longer than 155, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, 2 to 5 now, 7 and a half, 72 and a half, 5 in 7 and a half, 5 at a 80, 180, 82 and a half, 5, 85 and a 7 and a half at a million, 90, 190, 190, 190 on him here, 190, 187 and a half at a $90 on him, and longer than 187 and a half at a $190 only, sold him 187 and a half at a 3 on 58, 94, 5 now 6 here, 90, 600 now 790, 7 now
Ed Leish, Gaylord, Michigan.
Now 9.99 now $1 with $3 down to $2, $3, $4, $5, $5. Here now $6 down to $6, $7, $7 now $8, $7 $8, how much you now $7, $8, $7 $8. Sold him $1.07. Oh, 81 2, 81 3, now 4, 5, 5, 81 600 now, $6 down, 85 here, $6 85 here now, $6 85 here, 6 here, 85 6 here. So, one account, 93 forward, have it been down forward, have it been 93 and forward, have it been 93 forward, have it been beyond now.
Leon Castleman, Long Lane, Missouri.
About $98.99, have it been dollar bill, dollar one, earn two, have it been three, have it been earn forward, have it been forward, have it been three and forward, earn three and four, some to you. $197.99, dollar bill, dollar one, have it been two and three, have it been earn forward, have it been five, have it been 6, earn 6, 7, have it been 7, have it been 8, 8, 8, have it been $8, have it been earn 8, half 8, have it been 8, half 8, have it been 9, have it been 9, half, have it been 9, 9, half, have it been 9 and a half, some to you, 109, 87, 87,
Jack Riggs, Glens Ferry, Idaho.
91, 93, 92, 3, 4, 5, so 98 dollar $2 $7 $7 $9 new fire $9 so $65 $7
Sea Stow Pies, Portales, New Mexico.
3 that I've been never get it on about 2 3 that I've been never 4 that I've been never 75 it's 74 5 that I've been never get it and down at 4 that I've been never that I've been never 4 about sold cattle 74 it that I've been never how much is there that I've been never 92 3 that I've been never 4 5 down 96 7 that I've been never way that I've been 90 that I've been 100 that I've been never get it on 2 that I've been 3 4 105 that I've been 600 that I've been never 7 that I've been never half 7 that I've been never half that I've been never 108 8 half that I've been never 9 to get down 9 half that I've been never 100 that's a long way to go sir 109 9 and a half that I've been never that I've been never sold the cattle 109 right here down right there I'm here 84 85 84 5 6 here down 6 700
Marcus Kent, Dunellen, Florida.
99 1 now 2 down 3 down 4 down 5 96 here down 7 down 8 and 98 now 9 here 100 down 1 here 1 down 2 2 3 down 4 down 4 down 4 103 4 and 5 100 6 here down 7 down 7 107 7 here never sold 106 put them on 8 on 2 and right here come again right here down right there I'm here but gonna pay for the mayor 94 down 5 5 6 7 here 97 down 8 8 down 99 100 down here down 1 now 2 down 3 but I'm here 3 103 3 3 3 down 4 now 4 and 5 here I'm there 5 6 here 106 7 here down 7 7 and 8 8 down here down 7 down here I'm here sold 107 85 600 I'm in the middle of 6 7 8 90 2
Jacob Massey, Petersburg, Tennessee.
5 6 here 7 98 98 8 8 97 8 97 8 $97 93 look at it way up there 93 94 and pound 6 here down 7 98 99 $1 here down $1 bill wood 1 1 2 2 2 and 3 3 and 4 5 100 pound of the bill half 5 5 and high 6 and half 5 7 107 high 8 108 high 9 high or 9 high 950 we're right here 91 1 2 91 2 3 4 now 94
I'm Justin Dotson, Welch, Oklahoma.
now $99 bill now $1 $1 and 103 $3 $2 3 4 and $5 and 105 6 here 7 $7 7 half of fade 8 $9 8 59 $9 and a half 10 10 and a half and 10 11 I'm at 111 11 to bid 11 to buy now 10 11 11 10 and a half 11 so I'm in 93 3 4 now 93 4 5 and half to buy now 95 5 here 6 7 7 7 7 $97 and 6 and a half 7 and 97 8 8 96 7 8 98 bill half 98 and 9 $99 bill now $1 bill now $1 bill 1 now 1 1 2 2 2 3 and 103 3 now $404 bill $4 to buy now $3 $4 4 so how about 8 2 3 94 5 96
Dakota Davis, Wacomas, Oklahoma.
$99 1 how about 8 102 how about 8 3 how about 8 103 how about 8 you say 3 how about 4 how about 8 come again 5 105 sir how about 8 half you say half how about 8 5 how about 8 5 5 how about 8 give me 5 sir 105 how about 8 sold it bid how about 8 92 how about 8 93 how about 8 4 how about 8 final about 6 7 it 8 how about 8 9 about $1 $1 how about 8 101 how about 8 2 how about 8 103 about $4 about 8 105 104 5 how about 8 sold right here 104
You're watching several drafts of cattle being bought and sold today, made possible by families who dedicate their lives to the cattle industry. Producers like Riles Cattle Company, just down the road from here. Don't ever believe good enough is good enough.
For 500 years, there's been cattle in Florida. Riles brothers started out in about 1924. My granddaddy came from absolutely nothing. Him and his family, there was 14 children in that family, and my great-granddaddy was a preacher. And a preacher in Zephyr Hills in 1900 didn't, granddaddy was born in 1895. My granddad was in World War I, and while he was away in the war, his brother had partnered with Eustace Lightsey. And when Granddaddy came home from the war, that his brother said, hey, why don't you come to work for us? So over the years, they saved up enough money to buy Mr. Lightsey out. And that's where it started. It will be 100 years next year, and that's amazing. He told me for years, he said, you know, he said, it's gonna be harder for you to keep it than it was for me to get it. I don't know how hard it was for him to get it, but I know how hard it's been for me to hold it. And when you can sell the land and be a multimillionaire and live like a king, but for us, it's always been, and it is for Jay and Houston now, with their children, to make sure it gets to the next generation. Feed the people and take care of the land. That's what we do.
We still ride our horses. We still do everything like they might have done back in 1924. One of the biggest things that's had to change is we've had to tell our story, because people are so far removed from the ranch, the farm, whatever it is. They don't know where their food's coming from. And I think that's a huge thing that we have to be doing, is to tell our story. There's new technology, new genetics in cattle, you know, keeping those genetics fresh and doing whatever the consumer wants.
We raise them pretty hard. We may sell a calf at 500 pounds, but he's got the frame to be 600. And when he hits the ground, they just explode. And I've talked to the buyers, and they make their money on the game. I mean, that's why a lot of times on a lot of sales that we do, we'll top the sale because we've done it for so long, they know what they're getting.
There's not a whole lot of infrastructure for the cattle industry in Florida as far as slaughterhouses and even markets. So it's nice to have a good relationship and a nearby market. I mean, you've got people that know the cattle and the place is packed, and it's packed with buyers. I mean, it helps move things along. I mean, everything gets the best price that you can possibly get for it.
I mean, it's so organized. They can get cattle in and get them out. They're always good about holding the buyers there and holding everybody together, and they're and really good to work with. I mean, they do a really good job.
You know, it's the next generation. It's the legacy. And I just hope that through all this, that they learn how to work and do and push through the hard times and get through it and make something happen and leave it bigger and better than we found it.
A huge thanks to Riles Cattle Company and all producer operations across the country that believe in the auction method of selling. When we come back, see how a recent hurricane almost kept Arcadia Stockyard from hosting this year's Auctioneering Championship.
We're always concerned about worker safety when we're dealing with livestock or farming or ranching environments. There's a lot of things and a lot of hazards that can happen. One thing we really are concerned about in any kind of sustainability model is the people side of that equation as well. And so if we can really keep our workers safe by training them appropriately, not putting them in a situation that is dangerous, it improves the sustainability of the operation by keeping those employees and retention of employees, because people like to work where they feel safe and they feel appreciated. Proper training, good equipment, a good plan is always something that makes somebody feel better about the day. BQA, the right way is the only way.
The Beef Quality Assurance Program is funded by the Beef Checkoff.
Bovalus Nasalgen 3 offers young calves unrivaled protection against devastating respiratory diseases, including IBR, PI3, and BRSV. And it has a unique blue shadow, so there's no second guessing which animals have been vaccinated. To up your protection, choose Bovalus Nasalgen 3 PMH, the first and only intranasal that protects against viral and bacterial pneumonia. Talk to your veterinarian and visit nasalgen.com to learn more.
Judges are hard at work determining which of this year's WLAC semifinalists make it to the final round. While the judges are making tough decisions, let's see how Mother Nature almost forced other plans for this year's championship event when she unleashed Hurricane Ian late last year.
I was in a fishing tournament for the Florida Farmers Invitational at the end of September of last year. During that tournament, obviously, we learned more and more about Hurricane Ian coming, and not only coming towards Florida, but going to come in right here in Southwest Florida. And Hurricane Charlie could fit in the eye of this Hurricane Ian. So this storm was just very, very, very big, and there was nowhere you could go in Florida, in Southwest Florida, that you weren't going to be affected in some way. So we literally come home and parked the boats, put them under the barn, and went to hurricane preparedness. The first thing with the market, I've got cattle sitting at the market. I've got to get there and take care of them. The night of the storm, you're nerve-wracking. Anytime the hurricanes come through during the evening, you can't see what's going on. You can only hear it. And obviously you're listening, to over 100-mile-an-hour winds tearing stuff up, things flying through the air.
For about almost 9 hours, we were at over 100 miles an hour wind. We had about 10 barns and roofs off of every one of them. For that long period of time, we had a little over 22 inches of rain during that 8 hours. So we couldn't get out because the water was so deep. We were just cut off, kind of stuck on an island for a couple weeks, really.
Once the hurricane is through, it's always one of those things where it's like, okay, everybody's good, everybody's here. We can deal with whatever we've got to face at that point.
Arcadia River Forder.
We've seen a lot of folks doing things for other people that they normally wouldn't do. We had cattle stuck in trees, that were out on boats. They were taking airboats and John boats and moving people around, finding people, doing rescues. And so it was probably just everybody coming together. We got a phone call from Jim Hanley with the Florida Cattlemen's Association early on saying, hey, we've got people willing to help, other states willing to help, bring supplies and can we set up a hub at the market? And obviously, yes was the answer to that. LMA was very quick to jump in and give a financial donation to help buy supplies that cattle ranchers and agriculture people needed, from feed to fencing supplies to water to meals to fuel to run generators, chainsaws. You just don't think of all the many different supplies that you need, but we had it here. We were very proud to be able to hand that out to folks as they needed it. Being that hub and that place of trust where people can come to get the information they need, they know they can come get help here. It just shows and kind of solidifies the need for a livestock market in the local community and all the different roles that it plays. Every cattle rancher or owner of a cow have lost something. The fortunate thing is like in most events, people can stand up, they get taller than they once, where they walk a little faster, they help the next person, and that's what happened here.
What an inspiring story of people pulling together in times of trial. Their efforts have paid off. In fact, today, you have to look hard to find hurricane remnants. Now back to the show and the judges list of the top 10 who made the final round. In no particular order, they are Dakota Davis, Andy Bolmeister, Justin Dodson, Leon Castleman, Dean Edge, Sisto Paez, Jacob Massey, Wade Leicht, Curtis Watovic, and Brennan Jack. And when we return, we get back to the action with the top 10 auctioneers.
It's tough work running a ranch these days.
There's a really big misconception, I believe, with the public.
Consumers are more interested in the truth than they are a specific type of product.
CARE is a program that understands producers, and that's what we need first, because we need them to represent us well.
If we don't take care of these ranches that we've got, we won't be ranching next year.
Care is real important to us because we need to be very transparent with the consumer.
The whole industry and world is moving that direction.
These programs allow an outside auditor to come in and say, yeah, these guys are doing it right. The consumer can trust this rancher.
There's very little that a farmer rancher can do that will have the same return on investment as just verifying their practices.
CARE has given us an avenue so that we can express to people what it means to be a farmer rancher today.
The Red Angus Association of America offers the industry's most experienced age, source, and genetic verification program, better known as the Red Angus Yellow Tag. Research has shown that FCCP tag calves garner a $2.98 premium per hundredweight compared to non-tagged Red Angus influenced calves. To find out more, visit our website at www.redangus.org.
From Arcadia, Florida, we're back with the 2023 World Livestock Auctioneer Championship. There's room for only one champion each year, and the field is now down from 31 contestants to 10 finalists. Here are the first 5 competitors in the final round.
Hey, old hot stuff there. How about it? She been outside with me. How about it? 97.
Dakota Davis, Wacomas, Oklahoma.
$9. How about it? $1, $2. How about it? $5 there. How about it? $5, sir. $6. $106. How about it? $5. Sold them $5. Hit 97. 98. How about it? 99. How about it? $1. Give $2. $3. $3. 3.5. How about it? Want to give half $4. 104.5. How about it? $5. How about it? $5.5. How about it? $6 there. How about it? 106. 106. How about it? Half on them. How about it? $6.5 and $7. How about it? Half. How about it? Sold. Hey boy. 93, 94.
Andy Bowmeister, Gulf Weight, Texas.
$9, down, $1. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 6 here, $7, $8, $9, 10 here, $11. Yeah, 11 here. Keep them coming. 11 here. 10. Lump here. Now 12. New fire. Yeah, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 here. Yeah, 15, 16. You sure? 15, 16, 16. I sold them to you. 115. Hey, here go 94. $94. I got a man down 5 6 here. It's $7. Hey, $9 now. $1 down. $1 $2, 3 4 6 here 7. $8 hey, 9 10 here. $11 10. Up here. What about you at 12? 12 13. 14. 13 14. 14 here. Done. So and right here 81 111 Castle on boys 81
I'm Justin Dodson, Welch, Oklahoma.
$83, 82 3. $82 here 3 $3 sold them. I'm at 65 and how about a 5 66 here. Now 5 66 here now 7 7. How about a 8 9 9 69 $70. 71 2 3 4. 74 5 and how about 76 $7. And now 77 77 a bid 75 77 sir 77 $8. And now 78 8 77 how about a 8 sold them. 1.5 again boy 230 $2 2.5 5 how about 7 40.
Leon Castleman, Long Lane, Missouri.
$50 2 55 7 60 now 2.5 and 5 67 had 5 all in and done sold them at 265 road 245 47 had done gone 7 $50 2 55 57 62 and on 265 $70 2 semo and 1070 70 sold them at 267 50 boys they're green ain't they 225 and get 5 30 not 30
Dean Edge, Rimby, Alberta.
40 here 5 2.5 5 and 245 and negative 5 247 half and now 50 and 10 to get 51 here 2 here 253 and 4 here 5 and 256 7 and $257 bill and 6 here 257 sold and 85 87 half and now 91 2 3 here negative 4 and 5 here 6 here 97 97 7 here you've been done there and 9 you've been sir 9 6 9 7 here now 8 and get 99 here you get here $1 bill and get 1 here 101 here $1 now 1 and $1 bill but you get $1 here sold.
I mentioned earlier just how important auctions are to the cattle industry, but I haven't talked yet about how much auction markets mean to the local areas they serve. When you figure out the numbers, it's more than you probably realize. Here's a look. There are lots of numbers used on sale day: head counts, weights, prices, and buyer numbers. But the story of how markets impact their communities and industry gets bigger from there. The average livestock auction market has a $2 million economic impact on its local community. That means jobs, businesses, and real money. Employers, taxpayers, and businesses all benefit from a market's presence. There's no question about the importance of livestock auctions to the livestock producers either. Every year, 32 million head of cattle, 7 million hogs, and 3 million sheep and lambs are sold at auction at an approximate total value of $28 billion. But possibly the most important numbers are those on the sale checks, a trusted, secure payment for their stock available on sale day. Those are real dollars and a significant economic contribution. With that kind of impact, there's no doubt auction markets are key to the communities they serve. The championship is almost finished, only 5 finalists left. Let's get right back to the auction block.
94, 5, 6, 7, 98, 90, 101, 2, 3.
See Stow Pies, Portales, New Mexico.
104. Here we go, boys. You here, 83, 4. 3, 4, 5, 600, 7, 8, 80, 90, 1, 2, 92, sir, 3, 4, 5, 96, 7, down 98, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 103, 4, Wolf here, 81, 2, 81, 2.
Jacob Massey, Petersburg, Tennessee.
8708, down, 90, 91 here, 91, sir, gotta be one. I'm run for $91. Slip here, $90, 9102 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 94, 95, 6 here, 7, 98 here, sir, hey, down, $99 here, down, $1, $99 here, 1, 102, 103, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6 here, 105 to be in 600, 6 up here for $1.05, $88.09, $88.09 now, $90.
Wade Leish, Boyne City, Michigan.
93, sir, and now forward, $5, $7, $dollar bill, and now 100, 101 sold. Another bread, Cowboys, 4 months bread. You like him? What to get up in here now? Hey, but 88, now 9, 88, $9, $90. 1 $2 $2 3 where I've been 92, 3 down and now forward under down, 6 95, 6 here, and 96, 7 down and 100, 103 and forward under and get down, your turn, got 3, need 4, 103 forward down and 4 sold her. 91, 92, 3, down 93, down 93.
Curtis Watovic, Fullerton, Nebraska.
96 here, 7, 98, 99, 90 here, 91, 2, down 3, down 3, 3, 3, down 4, 4, down 4, down 4, down 4, down sold down. Oh, down 2, 95, 96 here, down 6 here, down 97, down 90, good day, down here, down here, down here, down Bill, County Pine, third, down 100. So down. All right, we can all play here. 94, 9500.
Brennan Jack from Verdon, Manitoba.
99, $1, 102, 2 down, 102, 1, 2, 3, and 3 and 4, 4, 5, 5, 2, 106, 2, 7 now, and 108, 7, 8, 107, 108, 107, 107, 2-9 bid it away, 2-9 bid it 107, and 8 sold him 107. 8 months bred, she's Tiger Stripe. How much? 84, 85. At 85, 6 her now. He bid it on 2-7, 2-9 bid it on 8, 9, 2-9 bid it on 90, 2-9 bid it on 1, 2-9 bid it on 92. Bid it in now 3, 3 bid it on 4, 4 bid again 5, 6 or 7, 2-9 bid it away. They all want her at 98, at 97's here. 8, $9, 2-9 bid it on 101, 2-9 bid it on 101 down, 2-9 bid it on dollar bid, $1. 101, 2-9 bid it on $1, 2-9 bid it on 101 down, 2-9 bid it on 101. Sold in the hallway, $1 bill.
You think the judges had a difficult time whittling the auctioneer field from 31 to 10? Now it's even tougher. They need to choose a winner. We'll see who it is very soon.
Do you want to know more about how beef checkoff dollars work for you? Get the latest information, insights, and stories that show the ways checkoff-funded programs are increasing consumer demand for beef here at home and around the globe. Packed with information, the drive can be delivered to your mailbox or your email inbox. And your subscription is always free. Find out more at the website, drivingdemandforbeef.com.
The people of LMA and LMIA is the reason we do business with them.
The marketing business is what we do. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of regulations. We understand those.
They always have your back. They know that our first priority is to our customers and to our producers, both in the ring, during true price discovery, and also with the claims we have with their livestock.
Having insurance with LMIA definitely helps the market ensure that to their customers.
It's right here. An important announcement is about to be made. Who's this year's world champion? We'll find out. Here now are all of the 2023 award winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 runner-up champion is Mr. Sisto Paez, Portales, New Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 reserve champion is Mr. Dean Edge from Rimbey, Alberta. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and the moment we've all been waiting for. Your 2023 World Livestock Auctioneer Champion is Mr. Jacob Massey from Petersburg, Tennessee.
As any of you know me, I'm not much on speeches. I really don't have the words, but I want to start off with thanking the man above for giving me the ability and the talent to get to do what I love every week. So I thank him first. Secondly, well, I'm not going to forget my wife. If you haven't got to meet my wife, Fallon, I ask you to do so. You'll be a better person for it. We've been married almost 10 years. We've got 4 beautiful children. She's the hardest working woman that I know. And she has pushed me, since we've been dating, to come to these contests to get better and better and better. Without her, I wouldn't be up here tonight. Thank you. There's a whole host of you, and guys, I can't thank you enough. I'm going to do the very best that I can this year to represent this industry, the Livestock Marketing Association, the very best that I know how. And I think I can do this because I consider him a dear friend and the best Lynn Langwart voice that I can. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Well, Jacob Massey, the 2023 World Champion. Jacob, nobody gets here alone, and you mentioned in your reception speech about the people that have helped you along the way. Talk about those that helped you get to this point.
Well, of course, first, I want to thank God. He gave me the ability to be able to do what I do. Secondly, probably be my dad. My dad's an auctioneer. He used to sell livestock sales back before I was born, even when I was a small child, and I got to go to the sales with him. And he's still in the auction business and the real estate and auction side of things now, and we've always been in the livestock business. And growing up, I knew livestock auctioneer is what I wanted to be. Got my first job at 18 or 19, right out of high school, selling livestock there in my hometown. And the manager of the yard is the one that introduced me to the contest. In 2010 is the first time I tried a qualifier and didn't make it then. A few years later, got married, my wife, and I started working for Miss Christina McKee, and her and my wife can be pretty convincing to keep after something if you want it bad enough. So that's what I did and stayed after it. Here we are.
Well, you've certainly seen the ins and the outs of this contest and the ins and outs of this industry. What do you look forward to most as the champion in the coming year?
Kyle, I enjoy just going to different markets and being able to sit behind different blocks and sell different cattle. From in the southeast where I'm from, southern Tennessee, we sell a lot of cattle one at a time. But I love being able to go out in that western country, in the Midwest, and sell those big drafts of cattle. And it's just something I've always looked forward to, and I think I'm really going to enjoy this year being able to travel around and visit all the different markets.
Well, there's no question in my mind you'll be a tremendous ambassador, not only for the Livestock Marketing Association, but for the livestock industry. Congratulations, well done. We look forward to seeing you here in the coming year. Well, next year's World Livestock Auctioneer Championship is at the Oklahoma National Stockyards in Oklahoma City. We'll see you then for the most exciting contest in auctioneering. I'm Kyle Schob. Thanks for watching.